You will never see a better video than this one. About luring women into your life, we will examine women's psychology, and you'll discover precisely how to make any girl, no matter who she is completely enamored with you and adore you unconditionally. So how can a woman fall in love with you and then leave? I would go crazy for you if I had to respond to this. In a single word, the query would be, what piques a girl's interest is drama. Emotions are what cause her to consider you when she's sleeping, and what causes. When she wakes up, she thinks about you in the morning is crucial for creating any girl fall in love with you and stay tied to you forever. What do I mean by drama? Listen to me carefully now. A woman is an emotional being drawn to and led by feelings. The method to make her adore you is by stimulating her emotions in a specific method. There are 8 feelings that if a woman experiences them with you, her brain will release love hormones. Things make her attached to you and pleased with you. The method to do this is by creating drama between you and her. Drama is the name of the recipe I'll share with you today. This recipe is the secret to any girl's heart. If you leave out any ingredient, she'll lose interest and won't find you attractive in this video. I'll go over each component of the recipe and demonstrate how to use it. Induce these feelings in a girl when you speak to a girl, gaze at her. 2 categories of external feelings exist. Feelings as well as feelings that originate from you. External emotions, for instance, arise when you visit a lovely location with her and sense the ambience of the location. Feelings that originate with you, on the other hand, are when those come from you, sentiments such as sharing with her a tale about yourself that gives her a particular feeling manner, or making a claim that makes making her unhappy in your partnership. With a girl, feelings from the outside don't matter. Value, this is the error I see most often. Men create additional YouTube videos, fall into the same pitfalls upon hearing that women are emotionally motivated and that you must arouse their emotions. They believe it entails bringing her to a lovely location or engaging in an activity. No, that's a misinterpretation of "I'm telling you this principle," because I used to make the same error. The source of the attraction for women feelings, for instance, if you take her to the theaters and see a moving movie, emotionally it doesn't imply that she will be drawn to you, but that doesn't imply she'll be attracted to that film. I'm not sure if you're following me, but it's vital that I describe this idea, because it's very crucial. You need to be the source of the feelings. She feels this should be woven into your conversations and exchanges with her. By the conclusion of this video, you'll be able to make these feelings and serve as their origin. You'll also comprehend connections and women. Superior to 99% of individuals, so let's get started. With our recipe's first ingredient, it is necessary to generate excitement. By combining focus with a dash of lack of interest in your discussion on how it indicates that you occasionally give her praise and you criticize her at other times, but in a manner that evokes strong feelings in her closely due to what I'm going to reveal. Something you haven't heard from is you. Anyone else first. Allow me to demonstrate the improper way to compliment or critique. For example, this clothing doesn't look decent on you. You ought to have gone with pink. Both of you look stunning in this clothing. These methods are incorrect because they don't evoke a sense of enthusiasm in the "let's begin with critique" girl, and how it ought to be supplied properly is to pay attentive and then include a trace of disinterest in not being utterly indifferent or excessively "be careful." There should only be one line in the design. This displays curiosity, and another line. This demonstrates some lack of interest in, for instance, "You look stunning in this clothing." However, pink would have been superior. This actually indicates that you're expressing your interest in her, but that does not imply that you are pursuing her. Pay attention to how this statement blends curiosity with a hint of apathy by stating that she appears gorgeous in the dress you're wearing. Evident attention when that pink is added would have been preferable if you were including a small amount of apathy right now. If you wish to demonstrate interest, all you have to do is go backward. The sentence's structure for instance, if this gown were pink, it would be improved, but it still looks fantastic on the issue about people, is that we tend to keep in mind what was being mentioned to us. For example, if I visited you and claimed that, although you're intelligent, the issue is that you speak excessively. The section that will most likely impact you is the final statement I made, and you'll probably consider that to be a criticism, but despite what I stated, you talk too much. That you're a really intelligent individual here. You'll see the remark favorably. Despite the sentences being identical, the same idea holds true when speaking. If you just tell a female that you're lovely, she won't feel very much, and it's likely that she hears this frequently. However, even if you claim to be very short, she thinks you're cute when she hears this. At first, she will see a minor decline, but then her feelings will return to this. Emotional fluctuations are what makes her feel excited to always combine focus and apathy in your discussions. But there is one circumstance in which you can demonstrate full. When she receives attention, she does anything you enjoy, such as if you declared to her that I adore the color green, and she later donned a green shirt, which is, it's okay to comment that this shirt seems fantastic on you, just as if you told her the black collar bothers you, and it's acceptable to say this since you wore a black shirt. You don't look good in that shirt. The first component, let's proceed, to demonstrate to her that you're someone with whom you enjoy spending time each time she considers you. Fun and exciting ideas should come to. Considering how you can accomplish this, there are. One of the three main points is a change in your attitude when speaking with a girl and making an excessive effort to get her to laugh or entertain her. The likelihood is that you'll merely become only her buddy in the end. Method of having fun when you're with a girl: make the most of your own time. Need to be positive, calm, and totally absorbed in the moment. If you say something, it should be because it amuses, not only because you're attempting to. In other words, act impulsive and delight her. Spontaneity is the most essential thing to make a female or anyone else feel like they're having a nice time with you. Say what you want, act as you want, and don't overthink your words or body language. Feel free to do what brings you joy and think about the things that make you chuckle. To make a female enjoy herself, follow the golden rule. It is for your enjoyment that we are together. Yourself, the first two, discuss what you. If you've been following this, you'll appreciate this outfit. Series, you'll frequently hear me mention she believes that her feelings are a mirror of yourself when discussing the things you cherish. You'll experience a feeling of happiness and zeal, and consequently, she will also sense it when speaking with a girl. Concentrate on what you're enthusiastic about and passionate about. Transformation, a straightforward topic like cooking into a very interesting dialogue. For instance, if you enjoy traveling, make her experience your enthusiasm for visiting the world. If you have a strong interest in establishing your company, and letting her see your leadership side and allow your entrepreneurial spirit shines through. Turning negativity into optimism requires something unfavorable, and transform it into, how can you accomplish this in a constructive way? This is a fantastic formula that you ought use. Keep in mind that life 1 sees a defect or a bad quality in her character or appearance. 2 things to notice, and 3 change it into something constructive to improve her mood. For instance, if you can see that she's wearing a lot of makeup, could ask if you wear this much all the time. Makeup, or is it only for special occasions? Sometimes she'll answer, and then you follow up right away with, don't worry, you still look adorable wearing it. Made a remark regarding her appearance. This is a positive transformation. Wonderful strategy, and each time I've utilized it with a girl that I've observed to begins having fun and laughing by. In case you want me to create a video, tell me how to make a female laugh. In the remarks, let's proceed to the "this emotion is produced by the third element." Using two primary methods. First technique, this conversation is not yet complete. Includes arousing her keen interest when you say or do something, and then simply, when the fun or excitement reaches its summit, you abruptly retreat and depart. She is keen to learn more, so here are some. For instance, supposing you're having a talking to a woman and you say, "I was thinking, oh, I totally forgot I was meant to convey a message to you. Extremely crucial delay. I must create an I'll tell you about the essential phone call later." Or, "I've observed something intriguing and odd about you. Do you realize what?" When she asks you what it is, you respond, "I'll tell you later," but this isn't the "do you have another suggestion" at the proper time. This might be accomplished by providing her with an unfinished narrative. For instance, "Are you aware that there are two?" The first habit I detest in women is that the majority of women don't express what they don't mean what they say, and are cruel. Then stop talking. She'll inquire as to what's the you respond, "Well, I don't," to the second habit. Believe that you're prepared to hear it, but I'll tell you to change when you're ready. Women instantly fall in love with the subject, satisfaction, and the reality that her anticipation will grow as she waits. Interest and a desire to understand what you, implying that this will cause her to consider you. All day fostering a powerful feeling of attraction to your second method. Withdraw the date without disclosing your sentiments for her, particularly at the first. Be careful not to spend spending so much time with her that, when you feel bored, the meeting gets dull, the discussion has peaked, and you're both enjoying yourselves, so that's the ideal moment to stop it. Learn how to stop a date when you're still having fun, and avoid letting it go on for too long. Getting boring, the last thing to do is to go, without committing to another meeting. Typically, men conclude a date by saying, "I'll give you a call," or "let's get together again," but that's not the best course of action. To keep things mysterious, leave the date without bringing up the subject of another meeting. This will assist you in ways that you are unable to imagine that at first she won't know. If you had a good time with her, it will cause her to consider you as much, and she will continue to wonder why. Didn't request a second date since you didn't ask her whether she wanted to see. She'll try her hardest to get her to do it again. To determine how interested you are in, it will be difficult for her to acquire you. Beyond her thoughts, once a woman is she will constantly be in a state of perplexity. "I'm wondering if you want her," or this sentiment does not complement the prior one and simultaneously functions based upon the woman's degree of desire. If the woman doesn't already adore you and hasn't progressed to the point where intense love, it's not an issue to let her know you're considering, as long as you are conversing with her, and when she first meets her, she will automatically presume that you're intrigued, but you ought to never express your desire for her. I've discussed this subject in great detail in this series, but to sum up, never express your emotions to a woman as well. Early, the majority of films center around the notion that ladies adore it when a man offers sincere about his emotions. He informs her his feelings for her. But this is the only operates in films rather than in real life. If you declare your affection for a female or that you're too young to be in love with her, she'll lose all of your appeal right now, because you've eliminated the component of consider the game's enigma this way. Prior to you expressing your emotions, she didn't know how you really felt. This ambiguity was the principal element that drew her in. It's not surprising to you because of this, that a lot of men experience rejection after declaring to a girl that they are in love with her, intrigued by her. The main idea here is never express your true feelings to a girl, regarding her, allowing her to remain in a state of mystery and continue to guess. Play with her right now if she admits to. It's okay to show her that you adore her. Even though you desire her, she should desire you more than you desire her. How do you? You demonstrate your readiness when you accomplish this. To abandon if your values are breached. A man's high value priorities his values over any girl and shows that they are quite willing to. If any of these guidelines are violated, leave. Crossed, picture this situation. You just and your girlfriend got into a disagreement and she threatens to abandon you. How do you respond? An average man would react right away, express regret, and do your best to make sure he didn't annoy her, as he could things he refuses to do or consent to anything with which he is essentially at odds to ensure she doesn't depart. But this is what a man of high value would do. I'm going to leave you his girl. I understand that we don't get along. In any case, Michael and you would make a cuter couple, after which he leaves with a high value. Man never compromises on his morals, since he is aware that he has plenty of possibilities to pick from after the day is over. Encourage her to want to know more about you by maintaining her in a state of, I assume you use mystery to accomplish this. Being enigmatic does not imply making up everything regarding your personality. It simply means not giving up too much personal information. Too soon, a lot of guys frequently give comprehensive responses to all of a girl's inquiries. For instance, if a girl inquires, "Where do you?" the majority of men would respond, "I work at XYZ. Here, the error is that by providing too much information too soon, they accidentally indicate a low value, which can adversely impact the girl's views them. So let's rephrase this. Appropriately, when a girl inquires about where to, you can get a lot of answers there. Answer this question myself. I've tried a variety of answers, and I ultimately discovered one that consistently works, so I now use it consistently. Guess, and I'll pay if you're correct. Assuming she makes the right guess, for supper here, dinner is always paid for by me, and easily leads to another day if she... That's precisely what I want, don't you think? Due to the fact that I make mysteries, she finds the exchange enjoyable and wants to see me again. Here are some more instances of her. On Saturday evening, what are you doing? Anything enjoyable? But I'm sorry, it's a secret. Cannot reveal to you whether you have ever been in, I don't know, a relationship before you. You're sufficiently good, but I don't share. Over time, sharing private information with strangers. The degree of mystery should progressively decline, but you should always keep certain level of it. For example, any time. When you go somewhere, don't inform right away. Every time you go somewhere, you go to her. Something, don't tell her everything. She's usually left wondering what. Because of what you're doing, one of the most essential feelings a woman ought to experience. She must be envious of you if you haven't entered into a committed relationship yet. And she inquires if you are in a relationship. Other ladies don't hesitate to acknowledge it. Say yes instead. There are a couple girls saying that this won't merely make she will push her, even though she feels envious. To put in twice as much effort to keep you close to her side, as she is now aware that if she take a break, you may visit those other ladies if you're currently in a partnership and it's exclusive. It's still crucial that she has some. You should occasionally talk to someone about jealousy. Other females, or have female companions occasionally hang out with, but if she inquires about them or says you must express your jealousy clearly to that she is the one who, in spite of this, matters a lot to you and the person you want women to appreciate this sensation. Competing with other females and believing that they have won this, how she treats you like a gift and turns into more devoted to you, taking pleasure in the jealousy in a relationship is significantly more broad subject, and I'll go into more detail about it. Future videos won't feature a girl into an intimate partnership with you, unless she feels secure and at ease. The safety of you is vital and will be included in a future video. It is among the most significant feelings. For the time being, a girl needs to feel with you. I'll give you the most important piece of advice for establishing a feeling of security with a girl. Make sure your presentation is in line with your actual character. You may possess the ideal phrases to use, but if they don't fit your character, you'll always appear phony. For instance, consider someone who makes an effort to learn everything he doesn't actually give a damn about. A girl tells you to impress her with this photo. She likes mainstream music, and all of a sudden he begins to discuss about pop a lot. Music, despite his lack of interest in it. Later that day, he returns home and talks about it. Diligently investigates anything novel in what is he attempting to accomplish in the pop world. He's making a special effort to blend in here, infiltrate the girl's world in order to acquire her acknowledgement that this isn't in line with his character, yet he continues to do it too. You should never do anything to appease her. That is contrary to your character, simply to. This is the most important rule. Satisfy a girl. Be truthful about your personality, even prior to interacting with women. This is one of the most effective methods for getting a girl feel secure in your presence, since she'll realize she's with someone who is sincere and reliable. Not. Of course, there are other people that are false. Methods and techniques you can employ to generate this sense of security by doing things like when you visit a movie theater, or choose a scary movie to watch at home. When she's afraid, she watches this movie. Because you won't let her, she will cling to you. Fear that she will feel secure in your presence. It will foster a feeling of safety. Anyhow, creating a girl inside of her, the topic of feeling safe with you is broad, and don't worry, it's among the best to explore. I'll make a thorough video regarding this in the future and provide a detailed explanation. Let's get to the last feeling now. This element is essential for a number of explanations for why you shouldn't be hesitant to participate in a discussion or disagreement with her occasionally. If you follow her guidelines at all times and concur with all she says, you're giving her an oblique indication that you lack the confidence to ask for the respect you deserve, which implies that you're terrified. Disagreements could result in detrimental repercussions for you, and it also demonstrates that you don't think well of yourself enough to make you worry about losing her in. In actuality, we frequently observe this as an ordinary man is able to launch a talking with a stunning girl. Suddenly, a million ideas start to flow whirling about in his mind. He fears stating something incorrectly or making an error that might cause everything to fall apart when he is at a loss for topics to discuss. As his nervousness increases, he begins to inquire dull inquiries such as, "What do you do?" And he therefore thinks that whatever she says, I'll simply agree so that I don't annoy her. Wish to appear impolite after a short while. The girl finds this really boring. How can I escape this predicament? She creates a justification such as I have to see the restroom, after which she departs and never returns. As you can see, it may be frightful when you're unsure of what will occur next, and these anxieties cause any man to accept the stereotype that women despise men. The truth is that those who disagree with them, ladies are looking for a challenge, and you will never be difficult if you concur with them on a solid combination of all these emotions are the ideal ingredient to create. Any girl who has been drawn to you for a long time, don't let any one emotion dominate the moment. Always be in charge, since that can turn into dull after a while, and the girl may lose her desire for you. To arouse these emotions in which you must be erratic, you keep the girl wondering with everything you do. Regarding your future course of action, always keep a faint feeling of mystery and unpredictable nature of your discussions, your actions, and your communication style. This was the Dark Needle for you, and see you in the upcoming video.